Hello there, Jacqueline. This video is just for you. I'm going to make a thumbnail now for my own channel. And so I thought, well, I may as well show you how it's being done. And I'm going to upload it to my secret channel so you can have a look. Hope you're having a good day. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look for a picture to use on the thumbnail. We want high resolution. The higher resolution, the better. Here I found a picture. And the resolution is 10, look for resolutions more than 1000. The resolution is 1080 by 720, that's acceptable. So I'm gonna right click, save as, and put it in the right folder, put it in my DNA computer code folder, save it there. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into GIMP. So I open up, so GIMP is this thing down here. See this, this little fox with the paintbrush? GIMP. So just in order to download that onto your computer, just put it into a basically go to the GIMP website and just get it from there, not the App Store. It won't be there. So what we want is, let's say, what you will do, you will go. So we want. So I have create. So new. And template. So I've already saved a template like a Dr. Charles slide or a full screen slide, which is high resolution, or a YouTube thumbnail slide. YouTube thumbnail slide, as you can see, is 1080 by 720. So how you will create that is you will go to File, New, and then you will type 1080 by 720, and then Advanced Options. Okay, nothing there. And then you will go OK. And then you will go File. You will go File, Create Template, because you'll have to do this again and again if you don't make a template. And just write, say thumb, right? Okay. So now in future, and that's it. It's that size. So in future, you'll just go File, New, Template, Thumb. You see? Okay. And that's the YouTube thumbnail size. And then you will simply, how to use the GIMP is you just drag that, I'm just dragging that file in off the other monitor. And there it is. It'll probably be a bit bigger than or smaller than the screen. Just wait for it. There it is. And that's about the right size. Then we go to this toolbox and that resizes. We click that. And if we want to keep the sizes parallel with each other, we have to lock them together, otherwise it'll skew up and down. And then we just change the size like this, make sure it fills the whole screen, click Scale, and that resizes it, and that's that. So that is now the thumbnail. And let's say we want more information on there. So I want more on there, so I'm going to put a few letters in there. Another picture actually. So I'm going to drag this in and I'm going to plonk that right there. And now the picture is dragged in, but you'll notice, oh, there it is. You see, now you notice it's on top. What happens if it goes on the bottom? The layers menu is your friend. So on top is Ogham, this picture here. If I shift that underneath there, it goes underneath the DNA picture. I shift it back, see? So that's how that works. So I don't like that. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go layer and I'm going to go delete layer. So those are layers. Okay, the layer menu is so important. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add something else that I like better, which is that, I guess. Let's see if that works. That looks good to me. I'm going to leave that on the screen and I'll move that down to there. And then I'm going to, I'm going to leave it that, I might even resize it, make it a bit smaller. There we go. That's done. Now you wanted to know how to add writing. So I'm going to add some writing. Now I can add black writing on white, or I can add white writing on black. How do I do that? Well, I use the gradient. So that's the gradient tool. We set that to transparent and we just drag down like this. And then you'll see a dark, I'm actually doing on this. So the layer that's selected is the DNA layer. Okay, that's the background. We just do that. That makes that dark. It didn't make this dark. Okay, how do we make that dark as well? I'll undo, we have to combine those two layers, this and the background. So what we do, we right click and we go merge down, and now they are one layer. Now if I do that, it's all the same gradient. And you'll need that gradient tool, because then you can make a really nice writing effect. So what you do, you go to the writing, and now you'll have to find a nice font that you love. So, and just download that font. I use a font called Hiroshige. So I'll type first, what I'm going to type is ancient Irish scholar found DNA code in ruins of Babel Tower and invented Ogham in its honor. And then what you do to change the font, you highlight that, you change the text to, the one I use is Hiroshige. It's similar to National Geographic. And then we make the color, just make the color something like yellow. It's very standouty, like a very pale yellow. It's very good for YouTube. It gets a lot of clicks. Now we just make that writing a bit bigger. Oops, that's too big. We make it smaller. And there we go. And you see, it is a bit of trial and error. And now I'm going to center that to make it look nicer. At the bottom, I'm going to write down here, with Dr. Charles. Okay, and that's a bit large. We're going to shrink that down a little. That's pretty easy. There we go, something like that. That'll do. And that is almost done, but I want to show you how to make the writing look even better. We'll give it a backdrop. So go to a filter. It's really cool. So you go light and shadow, and you go drop shadow. Drop shadow is the one you're going to use, and you're going to, and watch what it does. So sometimes there's a bug it does this. I'll just have to click the screen, then you click back to the box, and that gets rid of that, and then boom. And then now check this out. So now there's a drop shadow behind that. It looks way better. We can even, I told you about bevel, we can make that really stick out. So what you do is you go filters, decor, add bevel, and boom, watch this. It'll bring up a new image, and now they're beveled, you see? So they're really sticking out. Ancient Irish scholar found DNA code in ruins of Babel Tower and invented Ogham in its honor. You see, with Dr. Charles. So that's a sort of like the way my videos work, and you know what? That's fine. What I'm going to do, I'll just fix up that a bit. I'll just move that a bit to there, center it, and now how you export that as a file. You're going to save the project, but the project is not the file. So we're going to save the project to my folder, which is DNA computer code. And we're going to just type in a name, project. And then we also want to export it. So that's how you get your file. So you export as a PNG, or you can just type JPG, and that'll put the JPG file into my folder. So boom, and then I have the JPG, and that is a YouTube thumbnail. Now, what you want to do to save time if you're making lots of thumbnails, you'll want to have I have a folder I call gadgets. So what I do is I'll just go to it now, and in the gadgets I have lots of arrows and things, or funny things I'll show you. And you might want to make one of these folders. So I go to gadgets for YouTube videos, and in this gadgets I have things like this face, or exposed, or round red circle, or stop sign, or that. So let's say I drag that in. You see, you just drag it in. It's easy as that. Boom, there it is. I go to the resize tool. I can do that. Boom. So now there's this anti-smoking sign. So it looks like the information's been banned. You see what I mean? And then you can skew it. You can do things like this. You see, shear it like that. You can rotate that around, spin it around. I can bevel that. I can go to filters, artistic, decor, add bevel, and there's so many other filters you can put it through. You can so now that's more sticking out now than it was in that previous one there, right? So you see, I can do that, but I won't do that. I'll just get out of that. So that, Jacqueline, is how you make basically how you make a YouTube thumbnail, and it's so easy. It's so good. I hope you've enjoyed this video, Jacqueline, and I'm signing off, and cheers, good luck with it. All right.